Det er forhandlinger, hver gang UN har sat i den ene ende af det, og forhandlingen endte så med, at Australien har betalt det her, og så fik de deres minesprængte køretøj hjem til Australien. Sådan. Vi har nu det næste punkt, som er vores eget monument inde i selve Leader Palace. Og der går vi stille og roligt ind. Finder vi. Så, jeg kan sætte den bare stoppe. Og lige når vi er færdige derinde.
overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The Lord's Prayer is this: Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Ledger Palace for the last 2 months has been completely unoccupied by any peacekeeper, let alone British peacekeepers. In 2019, peacekeepers moved out of the rooms that many of you will have stayed in 50 years ago and moved into some of the containers which you have seen as you walk here today. This room was used as a junior ranks mess or catering facility up until, as I say, about 2 months ago. And each of the buildings on the walk into this room were either bars for the soldiers and the peacekeepers, messes for the sergeants and the warrant officers, or a little bit closer to the room that you were in first thing this morning, an officer's mess. All of which is now moved into the buildings directly outside Ledger Palace. I've been asked to talk a little bit about what Sector 2 looks like in 2024. And it will be no surprise to you that it has changed significantly in the last 50 to 60 years. Firstly, we have around 250 British peacekeepers, of which around 180 are based in this location. Another 70 or so are based in the United Nations protected area, around 15 minutes up near the old Nicosia International Airport. The 180 that work and live in Ledger Palace no longer use observation posts that are along the Green Line, such as many of you will have stayed in during your time on the mission. Instead, Sector 2 is split into East, Centre and West, and we have platoons who will deploy by vehicle, bicycle or on foot to conduct the same duties that 50 years ago you would have done, and that is patrol, observe, monitor and report. The only difference is, whilst the Turkish and the Greek Cypriots have an increase in technology, so too to the UN. So everything that we see is recorded on an iPad, it's logged using Microsoft Teams, and it is sent up to the United Nations protected area for the reports to go back to UN New York, where the headquarters is still located. We have a United Nations police contingent here with Italians, Slovakians, Serbians, Hungarians, so still a multinational camp. But all of our military peacekeepers in the present day are British. In Sector 1, which is located to the far west, we have an Argentinian cohort, and in the far east we have Slovakians, with some nations interspersed within those task forces. As we walk out, I'd ask you please to have a look in the rooms on the left and the right hand side. Some of you may have drunk in there or had meals in there 50 years ago. So please pop ahead in and have a look. And we'll also be exiting out of Exchange Gate, which was the old postal gate. Again, as many of you will be aware, we don't use that gate anymore, but for the purpose of this visit, we'd love to invite you out of that gate to go to the Home for Cooperation, where I believe you'll be having some refreshments. My mouth is getting dry, so I'll stop speaking. If there are any questions on Sector 2, modern day peacekeeping, I'd be more than happy to take them from you.
Jeg føler, at vi er blevet mere end godt behandlet. Takket være Men hvis I ikke skal være klar over det, så er det således, at han i morgen, så er der kun 7 dage til, så rejser han hjem. Så er han færdig efter et halvt år. Og han har lovet mig, eller i hvert fald fortalt, at den her måde, hvordan vi har været på, hvordan vi kommer og besøger dem, det vil være noget af det, som han altid vil have i sin hukommelse. Og derfor vil jeg godt på Danmarks Veteranernes vegne have lov til at give ham et eller andet her i min hånd. Noget lidt specielt. And I will thank you very much for the support. Så,
contributing to the mission's success at multiple levels, as did the more than 700 police officers who served in UNFICYP between 1964 and 1975. For peacekeeping is not only about the prevention of fighting, it is also about facilitating the political process. It is about protecting civilians, promoting human rights and reconciliation, offering assistance and helping them return to normal conditions. Peacekeeping is about standing by ordinary people in their everyday lives, about protecting and helping them, making bonds of friendship that stand the test of time. During my relatively recent posting to Denmark, I was deeply moved by the immense affection, fondness and pride with which the veteran peacekeepers recalled their experiences inside